Yo, what it is, world? It's your boy Jay Newz. You are now tuned into Not Rated Radio on Dash Radio's Dash Discover. And today we have extraordinary pop star, singer, and rapper in the studios with us. It's my pleasure to introduce Inez X. There we go. Again, third time's the charm,
okay.
motherfuckers.
Period.
How you doing, love?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
It's a little hot in this motherfucker,
It's
so
a
I
little
apologize.
hot.
You
Yeah,
know
it's
what
a
I'm
little-
saying?
it's a little warm.
We're going to get to it. First and
Period.
foremost, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Oh my God, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm
You
really
know,
excited.
and I can't wait to see what you all about.
Yes.
So how we get this started, baby girl, is letting all our fans and supporters get a brief summary on who Inez X is from the start of your career to where you are now.
I love that. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, what do you want to know?
Just
Everything?
the brief summary. You ain't got to go into
Synopsis?
that like a whole detail, but you know.
Oh my God, this is fun. Well, I've been doing music for a little while now. I'm from New York. I live in
Okay.
Los Angeles.
New York.
Period.
Mhm.
I've gone through the ups and the downs of the industry, being a woman in the industry,
Mhm.
being a signed independent, all the things, kind of artist, and dealing with all the artist struggles. So, yeah, I mean, I've done it all. I've done 2 national tours. I've been on Billboard. I've done amazing things, and now it's just about taking over the world.
Hey, that part.
Period.
That part right there. So talk about it. How were you discovered?
I think nowadays, because we have like social media,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it wasn't for me. It was never like a one person thing. It was like
Gotcha.
I've been working in the industry. I started as an intern at Def Jam. That was how I
Okay.
started in the industry. But then I started doing my music, and then from social media, people just started to become more aware of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I signed a deal. I was on a tour with Post Malone and Betty Wap and all the things. So like, when that kind of started happening, I guess all at once people started like discovering me and who I
Right.
was. And I think it's funny because of social media, because people start really discovering you all at once, and then it becomes a thing where like a bunch of people start coming in, like, oh, I know her. Oh, I know her. And then it's like, it's weird, but it's like when people say my name, it's like, oh yeah, I know her. And it's funny. I think it's really funny because, yeah, for me, I think some people, they're like, oh, this one person discovered me and da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was just like people just started discovering me because of social media.
Gotcha.
Like they started like seeing me, and then the industry people started seeing me because I was like, I started an intern, and then I was on a tour, and then all
Mhm.
these things. So it was like people just started discovering me together kind of thing.
Got you.
Which
So
is
when
fun.
you did the internship for Def Jam, right?
Yeah.
Did you find your connections in there to do your music, or did you have to go somewhere else to find it?
No, not really. Like they were not really like that. Some people were nice to me there, but some people were not nice to me.
Mm.
They're like they're not that nice to interns. Like that's no surprise.
Right.
Like, it's no surprise. And I mean, yeah, there's some people that I know that are still, yeah, no, nothing but love. But yeah, I had one person from there that was like really involved in my life and my career for a long time after that. That was like helping me. She was a woman,
Mm.
and she was amazing. But yeah, other than that, yeah, like I feel like it's a very interesting thing, right?
Mhm.
Because it's kind of a thing where it's like when you start as an intern, like people don't know who you are, what you're gonna become,
Right.
So it's like they just see you and you're an intern, and they see you doing these things, and they see you and they like, they try to make you like their slave in a way. And then you're like, well, for me, it was never like for me. So it's like funny because like I couldn't get credit from my school. Like I was just like a freshman at the time of college or something like that.
What school you go to?
I went to UConn, and then I went to City College in New
Okay.
York. So yeah, I literally started at UConn, but then I just quickly transferred because of the internship, and I started going to school in New York after. But then I just, had to drop out because of music.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I couldn't get credit for my school, so I lost the internship, and it was crazy because it was the most devastating thing to me at the time. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
Right.
And none of them saved me. None of them.
Damn.
So I was like, okay, you know what? All good. All love. You
Pretty
made me
much.
into me. You made me into me a beast. So thank you. I
There you go.
appreciate it.
I hear that. So with coming along with all that, how did you get your name? What inspired your name? Is that your real name or?
I love that question. Yeah, my real name is Inez.
Okay.
In Arabic, I'm Middle Eastern. In Arabic, it's Inas,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the way my mom says it. But I prefer my mom and foreign people to just say it that way. But when it comes to everybody else, I say Inez. I've been saying Inez since I was a little girl.
Okay.
And everyone's always like, oh, it's not spelled that way. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's said that way. And everybody says it. Nowadays, I get everything. And I'm like, whatever. Tomato, tomato. I don't care anymore, you know?
Right.
But it depends. Like, sometimes people will just, it's like, whoa, where did we go? It's funny. But the X, I adopted the X when I started doing music. My last name was changed when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't identify with the last name that I had.
Gotcha.
So I just wanted to redefine myself when I started doing music. And I just fell in love with the X for many reasons and for many people who had it before me that were legendary.
Mm-hmm.
And then I adopted it. And then for me, it's just been really a mark of my independence. Like the X marked my independence. And then I feel like the X started becoming a whole thing of like marking your independence. So that's something I really want to start really infiltrating in the brand and just like for my fans, because it's something that I use to identify to redefine myself.
Gotcha.
And I feel like we're in a time right now where people are constantly trying to redefine themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's something that I feel like people, mark your X.
Period. Get in tune, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. So with you being signed early on and, leaving the label, are you signed now or are you doing everything independent?
I am independent. I am working with, creative partnerships and such. Mm-hmm. I'm not opposed to being signed again. You never know. Maybe we'll be back here and be like, hey, signed a big deal. And
right.
we're lit. You never know. But yeah, I'm not opposed. I feel like being independent is amazing. Being signed is amazing. They both have like their benefits. You know what I mean? I think that, it's good that you can do it nowadays yourself.
Right.
It's a great thing. So yeah, I think that's great. I think it is extremely hard. Being independent is extremely hard. And, at the right times when you can make the right partnerships and have the right deals that work out for you, then great. I think some deals don't always work out. And that's fine. You got to keep going until you find the right partnership for you.
Right. Now, talk a little bit about being independent. You said it's hard. You say a lot of stuff is just solely on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So talk a little about that for, everybody out there that's thinking about, should I go independent? Should I go to the major?
Yes, absolutely. I think honestly, the thing is with being independent, with being an artist, you want to have your own vision. You want to have your own thing. You want to create your own voice. You want to create your own vision, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it is important to be independent at some point, because you don't want to sign a deal too soon or end up in a slave deal and then be like, after your success, be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're taking all my money. Like, it's 2021. You know what I mean? We have all the knowledge. So we shouldn't, it sucks because I got myself into a situation like that and I knew all of it. You know what I mean? And I still was in a situation like, oh my God, how did I get in a situation that I've been warned about so many times? So I think being independent is cool because you call your own shots.
Yeah.
You do your own thing. You call your own shots. You do what you got to do. But I feel like it is difficult in a sense because it's kind of a situation where it's like you have to call your own shots. So
right.
it's like
you got to be a boss.
You got to call all your own shots. And then it's kind of like, should I take a step back? Should I step forward? Should I let them do it? Should I do it all the time? And then you got to trust a lot of people. You got to build your own team. You got to build a machine. Mm-hmm. Every artist has a machine behind them. It's either a machine that they built and a label machine, or a machine they built or the label machine. It's like you have to have the machine. So it's either you create your own machine or you get behind an entity that already has the machine and they're just pushing buttons, Yeah. Which ideally is this ideal situation for any artist. You know what I mean? But everybody's journey is different. And
that part.
It doesn't take away from your journey. Like, I feel like as an independent artist, of course, it's hard to see, oh my God, they just got a $10 million deal. I want a $10 million deal. Why don't I? And it's hard. But then you see a lot of things. So you're just like, you know what? Do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. Take the time to figure out what your vision is, what your voice is, what I've learned. And as much creative control as you can have is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Dang, you broke it down, girl. Right? You gave real gems over there. Right? Okay. I like that. So stepping forward, is it hard coming up in a game with being an attractive woman in this male dominant industry? Do you find yourself, stuck in situations, or how is that all about?
That's a great question. I love that question. I'm a very, I would say, independent boss woman in general, right? I'm a very feminine woman, and I have very masculine sides to me. You know, I'm the yin and yang, masculine, feminine energy. We always talk about that, the balance of it all.
Mm-hmm.
It is reality of it is very hard for women in all industries, period. We just have it harder, and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? We do. It's we get paid less, we get valued less, we get less opportunities in general. Like, sexism is real and alive still.
Okay.
You know, and I feel like for me, I really fight for women empowerment because I am such an empowered woman. And I feel like, yeah, like, we have to work harder to get respected. We have to work harder to get taken seriously. We have to work harder to tell our visions. We have to work harder to the whole thing, you know. And I was just saying it outside, like, you know, I remember, like, Nicki Minaj said this in the video, and she was just like, you know, when a man is assertive, like, he's a boss, da 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 da. But when a woman is assertive, like, she's a bitch. And it's always like that. Like, women, we always get something. Like, it's always like, she's a bitch, or like, she sleeps around, or she slept her way to the top, or she's this, or she's that. There's always like something. Like, we can't just get like, oh, she's successful because she's bomb. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's always like, she's successful, but she's not good like this. Oh, but there's always that. And that doesn't happen with men. And I feel like even as much as they pin women together, I've never fed into that, because I just feel like I'm just such a woman. I'm just an empowered woman, and I want to empower women. I never want to tear women down. I never want
that.
I never want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned to value men more, and I have torn some men down subconsciously or consciously by accident. And I don't want to do that either.
Gotcha.
So I take it very seriously. Like, I don't want to tear anybody down. I don't think we should tear each other down. I think we should lift each other up. So I feel like, but as women, yeah, like, it's a woman's world, and it's either you're going to give it to us or we're going to take it. And there's women like me who are just going to take it.
Yeah, that part.
Period.
There you go. So don't be coming with that bullshit, y'all. You heard? Don't be coming with that bullshit.
Okay.
Okay. So stepping into it a little bit more, we're going to talk about the music now, girl. What you got going on? You got any singles? Got any albums on the way? Tell the people about that.
Yes. I mean, right now, we've been in recording vibes so much. We're working on so much new music.
Recording out here or back in New York?
Recording out here. Out here. I do miss recording in New York, because I just feel like New York gives me that New York vibe. So I have been trying to get that New York vibe a little bit out here, which is a little hard. But we've been recording a lot of new music. We have a new single coming out. We have new project coming out. Like, we have a lot coming out. And I honestly, like, this for me is like the best stuff that we've ever worked on, the best music we've ever worked on. We have some Afrobeat vibes that we've been working on. We have, you know, because I've dropped some urban records, I've dropped some pop records, but I've dropped a little bit of the Afrobeat sounds, but we're really tapping in right now. Okay. So the Afrobeats, we're tapping into the pop, of course. We're just tapping into all my different elements, and I'm just so, like, I'm itching to drop all the music.
I bet.
I'm like, I gotta drop. But you want to do it at the right time. You want to do it right. You want to do it right. You want to put your best foot forward. And for me, it's like, I will go around, we're dropping a song tomorrow, and I am totally like, let's strategically do this right.
Yeah, get it right.
These songs are just so amazing,
right? That
I just feel like I just want the whole world to hear them. And I just can't wait to just be performing in front of the crowd and just hear them singing it back to me, because we're making those kinds of records that I just want the crowd participate. I just can't wait for that. So yeah, we just have a lot of new music coming out. I'm itching. If it was up to me, I'd drop yesterday. But you got to be smart.
Right.
You know, you want your music to get heard. So it's
Okay. So can the people know what singles are dropping, or is that still hush hush until we got
a little hush hush right now? We want to say everything. Like, we do have the single, we have the single cover, we have everything, like, pretty much getting ready and everything getting set and finalized. I just want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
And when I drop, I just want it to be a whole thing of like, boom, this is the thing. Because I always will. I've in the past, I've done this where I've been like, oh, and I like it better when you're just like, bah, it's here. You know what I mean? Because like, no anticipation necessary. Just know we coming with the heat. Just know. But just know when we coming really hard. That's it.
Okay. I dig it. So be on the lookout, y'all, man. Stop playing, man. She got some heat coming on the way, y'all. So with your family, are they supportive with your music career, or how is that all about?
My family is really supportive of my music career.
That's nice.
I love them so much. Being a Middle Eastern girl, it is a struggle to get the support of your family. Like, it did take a few years for me.
Okay.
It was really difficult. But just not having their support at first. But now it's amazing. It's the most heartwarming feeling in the world to me. It's when my mom is like, "Oh, I was just listening to your song. I was just listening to your new song and I love it." Or like, my mom and my little sister will be like, they still, they live on the East Coast, so they'll like take their like road trip sometimes, and then they'll be like, "We were just listening to music the whole ride," and like it
vibing
just
out.
literally, my little sister, her whole playlist is me. So like that to me is like the most rewarding feeling in the world, But yeah, at first it was hard. It was, but now, thank God, I thank God every day that they're
blessings,
behind
big
me.
blessings
Amen.
behind that.
Amen.
So when it comes to like listening to music, what R&B albums are you listening to?
What R&B albums are you listening to right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really.
You listen to R&B right now?
Nah, not right now.
I know, right? I feel like R&B is kind of like, what is going on with R&B right now? We don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
Summer
Okay.
Walker.
Oh yeah, that part.
I like Summer Walker. We like Summer Walker, yeah. I mean, R&B albums. I don't know if The Weeknd is considered R&B under that genre.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's like pop, urban. He's everything. So if he's considered under that, I would say The Weeknd. I've been listening to. I loved his last album.
Yeah, that was classic.
So amazing.
Yeah, it was classic.
There's always a difference. It's a good album when there's always like a different song. You know what I mean? There's always a different song. But yeah, I've been listening to The Weeknd and Summer Walker album. I say R&B.
Okay.
What else R&B wise? I don't know. Freak and Leak. I don't know. I've been listening to like older R&B. I feel like I was just listening to the Usher My Way album the other day.
Okay.
Like I love that album. So good. Like, him and Jermaine Dupri were on their vibe, or like, sometimes I'll go and I'll listen to like Mariah Carey album, like,
classics.
or like just classics.
Yeah.
I've been really into the classics because I've been in the music, been wanting to bring back the nostalgia of like the late 90s, early 2000s. The feel good. Yeah. So we've been tapping into all of those different vibes because we've been tapping, we've been on the Sade vibe sometimes, like just those vibes, or Tamia. I've been listening to Mia. Like, I'll just go back to the nostalgic vibes that brought us that like Aaliyah, you know what I mean? That brought us that real like, you know what I mean?
Make you want to cry and happy at the same time.
Make you want to cry, everything. It makes you all the emotions because we don't really feel that anymore because R&B has changed a lot.
It has.
It's like, I don't know, yeah, but we have some R&B vibes coming out too, so pow.
Check that out. Okay. So stepping in again, talk about, your business ventures that you have planned and, coming forth for yourself that you want to let the people know about.
I love it. I love these questions. These are great questions.
Man, thank you.
Good job. Some business ventures we do have. I have my podcast that we are relaunching. I licked it, so it's mine. We got to have you on the podcast as well. But yeah, we have the podcast relaunching. And right now we're working on some new merch and just new pieces that we can like put out there because I've been wanting to put out a real like selective a collection that I know that really my girls will wear mainly, maybe some things for the guys too. But like I really want things because people are always like, oh my God, that's so cute. Where'd you get it? I love it. It's so cute. And then I just like, so I definitely want to just put out some merch, new merch. The music, the merch, and the podcast right now are like my main concerns. But I am always working on different, venturing off. Like we have been venturing off and getting into like the acting side more and all the things. So my goal is to be able to, and I say this all the time, like, at first I just wanted to take over the music industry, but then it just became taking over the whole entertainment industry.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's like my goal, period. The goals, the 5-year plan, I'm just going to tell you now. So when we're here again and we're at the level and we come, we like, oh, we did it. I did everything I said I was going to do. We're going to take over this whole game. It's not going to be a thing we don't touch. Right now we're just like dabbling. Here we are. But once it's over. It's really game over.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, there's nothing that I don't want to touch into. It's just for me right now, like music, since music has such a big part of my heart and soul, it has been taking a lot of my time lately. But once you start hearing all the songs around, you already know that it's you're going to see, you're going to see
what's going on.
Yeah, you're going to see it everywhere.
Now, for the people that haven't heard your music, how would you say you separate yourself from other artists, or how would you explain your style?
I love that question too. I feel like for me, because I'm Middle Eastern, because I'm from New York, because I live in LA, because of all these things, like I try to always incorporate those sounds. And lately I've been really trying to incorporate the sounds with the Middle Eastern sounds. You know, I feel like I am Princess Jasmine in real life. So like,
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the trap version.
Yeah, trap version.
So like,
of course.
what does that sound like? You know? And that's what my music is. That's what my music has been, and that's what my music is going to continue to be. It's like if Princess Jasmine in real life was here, the trap version, what would she be singing?
Ooh.
That's me. So when I hit that stage, just know you might not be surprised if you see me coming out in a magic carpet. If you see me coming out on like, you know, with a genie behind me, you might just don't be surprised, you know, because it's real life here. No.
I like that. Okay, I like that. So going into a few more of these questions before we wrap this up, what is your proudest moment of your career to this point?
I like that question too. It's good. My proudest moment of my career, I think, honestly, is probably being on the tours that I've been on and like just feeling the people. So like that feeling like it's like uncomparable, you know, when you just like touch the fans and just having people that, you know, afterwards just like, oh my God, like, you know, you inspired me so much. You changed my life. Like that was amazing. Like, or just having those moments where you have those people say that. I think that all those moments make me proud. You know what I mean?
I mean, that.
The pride thing is an interesting thing. You know, J. Cole, you changed my whole mindset about pride now. No,
Cole, man, it's a legend.
Now I was like proud. What is proud? But yeah, that does make me proud. Like when people say that to me, it makes me happy and feel warm inside. When they're like, you know, you helped me get through this, or because you said this, it helped me with this. Like that really inspires me. So inspiring people inspire.
Now with, you know, the whole COVID situation went down, you know, everybody's been in the house and now we finally get back outside. Right. Are you going on tour again when you drop that album or drop the singles and doing all that? Okay.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get back on tour. Honestly, I can't wait. So I think first it's like, you know, once we drop the music, that's my goal. Like I can't wait to be back on road. It's like the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. Like every day you prep yourself. It's like 10,000 hours and stuff. And it goes into that. It's like when you're on road, it's like as an artist, like that's like when you're in season, you know what I mean? Like, and then all the rest of the time you're, you know, prepping for that.
Okay. All right. Well, going into my last question, has to be, what is some advice that you can give to somebody coming up at a game, especially a female in this industry? What is some advice that you can give and shed light on to them?
I think no matter what, always be unapologetically you and heal yourself and don't let this industry take you, period. Like, be yourself, heal yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, and you can change the world. God damn it. Did you feel that? Well, thank you again, baby girl. Before we get up out of here, can you give the people where they can follow you, where they can listen to your music, and just, you know, stay in contact with you? You can follow me everywhere. Same thing everywhere. INASX, INASX, period, on Instagram and everywhere. Just Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, just everywhere. Anywhere you can think. Spotify, anywhere you can think of. Go ahead and follow me. Follow up, run up them numbers, run up them streams, period. You know. And yeah, thank you again for stopping on the show. And it's a pleasure, man. We're going to keep in touch. Yes, for sure. Thank you. You're amazing. Yay.